It's not about fun. That's it. If Chazal get to conclusion after 2.5 years, they had a discussion inside of the בית מדרש. יראו בדף י"ג, 2.5 נחלקו בית הלל בית שמאי, 2.5 years, they had a discussion between them. אם נוח לאדם שנברא או נוח לאדם שלא נברא. הללו אומרים עדיף שלא, obviously it's better not to come here. It's a suffer place, it's a place with nisyonos, it's a place where it's not that easy, it's not so convenient to come. And the other said, Chas v'shalom, God forbid, you know what? You know how much you can gain in this world? In מצוות צדקה אתה קונה את כל העולם הבא שלך. In 1 hour of לימוד תורה, especially in the Christmas Eve. We have Christmas? Nah. Yom Tov. We should be happy that we came. And the end, after 2.5 years, they give a proof, they say whatever they think, and they back, and they answer back, and the conclusion, consensus, everybody agree that Noach lo shelo nivra. It's better if we didn't burn in this world as a basa. אבל חז"ל אומרים עכשיו שנברא, you hear already, so תעסוק בתורה. Try to learn Torah, don't leave her. So this is what the Chazal said. This is what the essence of Simchat Torah, to bring the Sefer Torah, to put them in the middle and to go around them all the time, because your life, the center in your life is the Torah. You have questions, you come to the Torah. You have doubts, you come to the Torah. So why there is a person next to the Torah? There is Torah שבכתב and there is Torah שבעל פה. Torah שבכתב, this is the Sefer Torah על הבימה. Torah שבעל פה, Chazal explained, this is the rabbi. He have פה, Torah שבעל פה, whatever you need, you come to the rabbi and you ask him, עשה לך רב והסתלק מהספק. And the Zohar talks so highly about the rabbi, תורה פרשת בלק, דף רב, לא תשחית את העצה כי ממנו תאכל ואותו לא תכרות. It's funny, because the daf is daf resh bet, daf rav, rabbi. אז דף רש ב', you can remember it, it's very easy, לא תשחית את עצה, זה תלמיד חכם שנותן עצה לבני תורו. This is a תלמיד חכם that he given nice advices to his community. So it's so important to be all the time connected to the Torah. We don't dancing in Simchat Torah like the dancing in Manhattan or in some parties out there. How it goes? Everybody with themselves, everybody. No, we around the Torah. All our life it's around the Torah and around the rabbi and around the community. We can't survive without it. And this is what Chazal want to tell us in a very strong way. That you cannot survive without the Torah and without the rabbi. It's you will lose your identity. You will lose your identity if you will go and dance by yourself in this world. ההולך בדרך יחידי, הרי זה מתחייב בנפשו. What's the meaning of יחידי? You think you're smart guy? You think you can do it by yourself? Do it by yourself. Although we saw about Yosef HaTzadik, that Eliyahu advice from Sarah Mashkim, and he told them, you know what, I want you to help me, כי אם זכרתני והזכרתני אותך ונפונחתי מארץ העברים, לא עשיתי כלום ושמו אותי בבור. And הקדוש ברוך הוא was mad at them. הקדוש ברוך הוא was upset at Yosef. Come on, you trust on a human being? You think a human being can help you? שותקנו בארבע פינות תרופה לא מצאנו, so what we said, שבנו אליך בבושת פנינו לשכח את באל צרותינו. We need you, we can't without you. הקדוש ברוך הוא, in the Torah it's the same thing. זוהר. זוהר החרמות דף ע"ג עמוד א', קודשא בריחו ישראל ואורייתא, it's a one unit, it's a one thing. If you leave the Torah or you leave HaKadosh Baruch Hu and you're making too much effort on Bnei Adam and you're trying that you think and you convince yourself that somebody can help you or either way can hurt you, so you lose the focus. You're not around the Torah anymore. You went out, you back, you're far away from the Torah. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is upset on Yosef HaTzadik and he told them, this is Gemara in Baba Batra Tzadik Aleph Amud Bet, Man derachitz laun dile dileon. If you trust in human being, HaKadosh Baruch Hu put you in the end. בידיים של בני אדם. What you should do, you should trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu and make השתדלות with בני אדם. But you don't never ever trust in בני אדם. So how we know that Yosef HaTzadik trust actually in שר המשקים? Maybe it was his השתדלות. How you know that it was, he really trust him? Because he told him 2 times. One time it was more than enough. Kim zechartani itach. Enough. Now before they called him out from the jail, he told him, Yosef, once again, hey, don't forget. כי אם זכרתני אותך לפני פרעה. הקדוש ברוך הוא said, what? I'm so disappointed. You think that he can help you? You really trust him? So I leave you in his hand. ולא זכר שר המשקים את יוסף וישכחהו. אם זכר וישכחהו, for what it's a double language. לא זכר וישכחהו, אלא 2 times, לא זכר כנגד כי אם זכרתני, וישכחהו כנגד כי אם הזכרתני. So הקדוש ברוך הוא told him, you know what, you will stay there. In this פרשת שבוע הוא said, ויחי יעקב בארץ מצרים 17 שנה, אלה תולדות יעקב. מה זה ויחי יעקב בארץ מצרים 17 שנה? The original pasuk should say, ויחי יעקב בארץ מצרים 19 שנה. He should all the dreams of Paro and all the 7 שנות רעב ו12 שנות צבא and the meeting with his lovely father, everything should be שנתיים קודם. It should be 2 years before. But what's happened? You trust on בני אדם, on 2 words, באים מקץ שנתיים ימים ופרעה חולם. הכל היה צריך להיות שנתיים לפני. אבל אתה סומך על בני אדם, הקדוש ברוך הוא push everything. The dreams, the 7 שנות רעב, the 12 שנות צבא, את החיים עם אבא שלו יעקב, everything because you trust on בני אדם. You never trust in human being. All the time your heart should be very trust in הקדוש ברוך הוא. Confident, this is the word that I use. הרגתם אותי עם האנגלית הזאת. נמאס כבר, מה? תלמדו עברית. אני אגיד לכם. One time I get drasha in Manhattan. So one guy came after the drasha and he told me, you rabbi, it's amazing, ashrecha, ashrecha. So the other guy didn't know how to say ashrecha in English. So he asked me, how we translate ashrecha in English? I told him, ashrecha? Ashrecha. I don't know ashrecha. Good for you. I don't know ashrecha. So, however, this is how it goes. If you lose your focus, you all the time, a Greek Jew should all the time be under control, all the time under focus. Al pen, Ishamer Israel. One time in the entire year, we lose everything. It's in Purim, בזין עמוד ב' מגילה, חי אבינו שלביסומי בפוריה עד אלו ידע בן ארור עמד לברוך מרדכי. It's the only time in the year that we're drinking. There is a discussion between the poskim if you allowed, if you should, if you shouldn't, to get drunk. Whatever, put it in the side. This is for Purim shiur. But right now, all the time, al pen, shamer Israel, under control, you are around the Torah. This is why HaKadosh Baruch Hu expect. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu expect from us to do in this world all the time around the Torah. Trust Him. Go to ask for whatever you need from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Don't do over ishtadlut on a human being. You should do ishtadlut, but not over. And if you live in this way, this is the path, the way of God. If you live in this way, everything around the Torah. Everything. If I have doubts in Chinuch HaYeladim, I go to the Torah. If I have doubts in the business, Choshen Mishpat, I go to the Torah. If I have doubts with my wife, I don't understand how come there is people married and they never ever had question in Taharat HaMishpacha, no ktamim, no nothing. So most likely, they make averot and they don't even realize. All the time, if you're smart, you have question, you have doubts. This is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu bring us so many mitzvot. For what? The Rabbi Hanania said in סוף מסכת מכות, דף כ"ג, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל. It's an honor, it's a privilege for us to be loyal to the Torah. לפיכך הרבה להם תורה ומצוות. He gave us a lot of תורה ומצוות. Now every single step in your life, there is question. When you when you wake up in the morning until the evening, all the time questions. And you all the time הקדוש ברוך הוא try you. מנסה הקדוש ברוך הוא את כל בריאותיו השכם והערב. If you will talk, you say the wrong word or the right word. If you're thinking, what you're thinking, what are you looking, are you hearing, what you're saying, every single time. And what the Kadosh Baruch Hu expects from you? To be a soldier, a fighter, to show him your loyalty. And if you will do it, you will get whatever you want. What the Gemara said, מסכת ברכות דף נון, הרחב פיך ועמלהו. ברכה, מזל, הצלחה, ישועות, עניינים, whatever you need. But you have to show him how much you love him and care about him. This is why HaKadosh Baruch Hu bring us to this world. But what he doing up there since he created the universe? This was something, since I will remember myself, it was always curious to me. What are you doing up there? We came here לעשות מצוות ולעמוד בניסיונות, to connect to the Torah and to connect our family to the Torah and ourselves to the Torah. And the Torah is the center of our life, and we can't live without her. Like the Gemara said in Masechet Avodah Zarah, Gimel Amud Bet, 6 lines in the bottom. 6 שורות מלמטה. אני עברית זה נשמע יותר טוב. מה נכתיב תעשה אדם כדגי הים? Why הקדוש ברוך הוא make us that we like the דגים, we like the fish. מה דגים אלה עוזבים את הים מיד מתים? אף ישראל עוזבים את התורה מיד מתים. If we live, we abandon, we don't connect ourselves to the Torah, not just learning. Every single step in your life, it's a question. He put you השכם והערב עם ניסיונות. I should talk, I should style it, I should think, I should see, everything. And if בני אדם עוזבים את התורה, if you abandon the Torah, you leave the Torah, the Gemara said, מיד מתים. I know and familiar with a lot of חילונים, people, they don't keep Torah, הם לא מתים. They live very comfortably. They live very happy. They went to Manhattan, to the head of Santa. I don't know, they dancing, they eating, they party. How the Gemara said, מה בני אדם דומים לדגים? מה דגים עוזבים את התורה מיד מתים? אף ישראל עוזבים את הדגים עוזבים את המים מתים? אף ישראל עוזבים את התורה מתים. You don't see them. It's not שהם מתים, they live. The Gemara said, חיים בלי תורה זה לא נקרא חיים. זוהר חדש בדף מ'. בלי התורה, you have no life. You far away from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you always sad, you always upset, you don't find satisfaction in your life, you always bother, never have your catharsis, you don't have שקט פנימי, אין לך נחת, אין לך שמחה בכלום. But when you connect yourself to the source of life, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is the Torah and the Chachamim, you're always happy, you accept, you understand everything is for the best, you can go all the ניסיונות, obstacles in your life, and be happy and understand, במקומך יושיבוך, משלך ייתנו לך, בשמך יקראו לך. No one can take anything, 1 penny from you, and no one can take any 1 inch of kavod from you. Whatever you deserve, you will get. Who gave us this power, this strength? Who gave us this? Only the Torah. When you're learning, go to see how people without Torah they acting. All the time, the Gemara said, "Rucham lo yochal hashket." They never satisfied. They never come. All the time they're jumping. All the time they're cranky. How come? Why? They don't connect themselves to the source of life, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the Torah. You're never happy in this life. The most medicine, it's the popular medicine. It is the number 1 in the list. There is selling number 1. It's antidepressant. You know that? Very, very rich, wealthy people, they take drugs all the time. Why? Why are you taking drugs? You want to run away from reality? I want your reality. I want to be Elon Musk. I want to be the owner of Tesla. Why are you taking drugs? I don't understand. You have everything, so for what drugs? Drugs, usually, it's to run away from reality, to get inside to different dimension. How come? Why you want to go to different dimension if you're so rich? You have everything that you want. There is everything and there is absolutely nothing. Because like your car, you cannot fit your car with a nice steak. Your car needs to get a gas. This is how it goes. This is soul. You cannot fit your soul with Olam Hazeh. It will never be there. Your satisfaction will come only when you trust Hashem, when you follow in Hashem, and then this is Zohar. It's not my ideas. It's the Zohar. Let me look for this Zohar.
לא לעשות עין הרע.
מישהו עושה עליי פה עין הרע. לא רוצה. זוהר מקץ, דף קצ"ז. הזוהר כותב, הוא following הקדוש ברוך הוא way, הקדוש ברוך הוא אשרי עלני אימותא דשכינתא. And this is the formulation, this is the formula, this is the essence to be happy and to be happy and satisfied in this life. אשרי עלני אימותא דשכינתא. איש ואישה זכו. סוטה דף י"ז, שכינה ביניהם. זכית שכינה על הילדים, זכית שכינה בבית, זכית שכינה על הגוף שלך גם יש. לא זכית, שכינה בורחת, ואז you have absolutely all the time problems. Why people they so rich, they're going away, they're running away from reality with the drugs? Why? They're not happy. למה? Because they try to fit the car with steak. They try to fit the soul with עולם הזה, with parties, with מסיבות. I'm sure I've never been in Manhattan in Christmas, but I'm sure most of the majority of the people was out there. They get drugs, they get, I don't know, drugs. This is how they party. This is what you call the party of goyish. זה ככה הגויים עושים party. אבל הפארטי שלנו זה תלמוד תורה. If you run away from the Torah, you run away from the source of life, and you will always be miserable. You will never be pleased, satisfied, calm. It will never get there. And this is what we all want. What we want. אישה טובה, ילדים טובים, נחת, בריאות, פרנסה, שכינה בכל מקום שאתה נוגע, הקדוש ברוך הוא הולך איתך. כל אשר עושה יוסף השם מצליח בידו. The Gemara said that Shekhinah was with Yosef HaTzadik every single step that he took. השכינה הייתה ביחד איתו. Even Potiphar told him, I want a tea. And he went to make him a tea. When he came back, Rashi explained that now Potiphar regrets. He said, no. You know what? I want a coffee. השם מצליח בידו, the tea, נהיה coffee. בדיוק. It's change. I don't know how. It's change to be a coffee. Why? השם מצליח בידו. If the שכינה איתך, you will do absolutely the wrong move in life. You will get married with the wrong wife. You will bring the wrong kids to the world. If you can say such a thing. You can do the worst move in your business. But שכינה איתך, הקדוש ברוך הוא fix everything, you're happy. Your wife come. To make your wife to be calm, this is the most difficult thing ever.
סיום הש"ס.
באתי למישהו, אמרתי לו, מה שלום אשתך שתחיה? אמר לי, אשתך שתחיה. Oh my gosh. You understand? In English, it's, you cannot say that in English. Only in Hebrew. I went to Miami, so there was their wedding. It was a wedding of Ashkenaz people, our brothers, Ashkenazim. So I don't know if you're familiar with the custom of the Ashkenazim. They take a light, a fire, and 2 candles, and the in-law and his mother, with the kala, they circle him. You remember? You saw it? And she have a fire, רמז לזה שהוא יגמור בגיהינם בסוף. אבל this is how it goes. And they went, na 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 na, and we circled them, na 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 na. And I saw the Hassan, he prayed, he said something, I don't know, I wasn't sure what he's doing, but he did such a move, like a prayer move. And honestly, I don't familiar with any תפילה that you should say when she circle you. I said, אולי זה משהו אשכנזי, I don't know. After the chuppah, I came to the Chatan, he's my talmid. I told him, tell me, Erez, what shall you say there? He said, what, when she, never mind, Rabbi, forget it. Told him, no, it's not never mind, I want to know. He said, no, it's fine, something. I told him, אני גוזר עליך, תגיד לי מה אמרת. So he said, אמרתי זו חליפתי, זו תמורתי, זו חליפתי, תמורתי, כפרתי. אם תלך לגורלה, מאמין לך חיים טובים ולשלום. רחמנות, יא חרם, רק התחתנת, כבר עשית עבודה שרים המשתלח לעזאזל. מה תעשה? בכל מקרה, so the basic things, I think I make myself very clear. So the basic thing in life, it's just to be connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When you with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות לא אירא רע. Even though I'm the shadow of death, even though I'm going inside of hell, and it's a scary place, hell. The Gemara says someone told me, אני לא מפחד מגיהינם. I don't afraid from hell. I told him, what? גיהינם? It's horrified, it's terrified, it's a scary place. What are you talking about? How come? בסדר, לא מפחד מגיהינם. I don't know why. הוא עושה בטח גם שם יש בית חב"ד. I'm going to the חב"ד house over there, I will save myself. The Gemara said, עוברי בעמק הבכה, דף י"ט עמוד א' מסכת עירובין, it's a very scary place, but we don't want to be there. So what we should do, this is the next lecture in Hebrew, I will explain you what you should do to save yourself, אור בעד אור. כל האשר לאיש ייתן בעד נפשו, to save your skin, so we'll talk about this in the next lecture. But here, the Gemara said, גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות לא אירא רע. There is two different people live here in this world. There is one of them, he live in hell, and the other, his friend, could even his neighbor, live in heaven. And they know one each other, they familiar one with each other, they live one next to each other, and this in hell and this guy in heaven. But the Gemara said sometimes the guy in hell is in heaven, and the guy which is the other one in heaven is really in hell. What? You got us confused. What? If he's in hell, how come he's in heaven? If you with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're walking with them, you try to be the best that you can, to be loyal, and still you have a problem in your life, it means גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות in this world. אנשים עוברים ניסיונות, קשיים, צרות, עם הילדים, עם הפרנסה, עם הבריאות, עם הנפש, בלי סוף ייסורים. But you loyal to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you really will HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So it's like to be in heaven. Even though you suffer a lot, but you with Hashem, Hashem נותן לך יד, he give you his hand. So come on, גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות, in this world, I'm not talking about hell, I'm talking about this world. Even though you suffer, you miserable, you in pain, you in our ספר חסידות describe it, מוחין דקטנות, גלוס המוחין. You suffer so much, but you loyal to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You never came with question on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lama me? Why me? Why my kids? Why my... You know, I came from Eretz Israel. People now in this world, oh my God. I went to משפחות אבלים. To the funeral. Young people lose eyes, lose legs, become בעלי מומים למיניהם. People don't ask why. If you don't ask why and you accept, הקדוש ברוך הוא never create us to understand his ways. He expects from us to accept, because everything is in השגחה פרטית, even though you don't understand. He never meant to create you to understand. You shouldn't understand. But what הקדוש ברוך הוא expects from you? To accept. And when you accept it, you're in heaven, because you know, even though I'm suffer, I know it's the best for me. And this is what the Gemara said, דף נ"ד עמוד א' במסכת ברכות, חייב אדם לברך על הרעה כשם שמברך על הטובה, because you don't see how it's good for you. I took my daughter to the dentist. This is the one of painful times that I remember in the entire life. חוץ ממה שעברתי פה בקהילה הזאת. אבל הייתי חייב להכניס לכם את זה. לא מכירים, עדיף שלא תכירו. As you know what? It was a very painful to take my daughter. She's 3 years old and she's my life. I have 3 boys. I love them. But the daughter, it's daughter, בנות של אבא. I don't know to explain it. I love her. כן, ככה זה. And now to take her to the dentist, for me, I pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, take the pain from her and put it in my teeth. Please, I don't want to take her to the dentist. Why? Even though they give her some, I don't know, numb stuff, but still she's a pain. She's horrified. She's terrified. I understand it. This is the most biggest Satan that you can ever imagine when you're kids. Dentist. You don't want it. When you open the place of the dentist, you have a wind. Just the breath that you want to die. Yeah, there is such a thing. And you know, she's on the dentist chair and she's crying, Abba, please, Abba, help me. Why are you doing this to me? And you know what? It killed me inside. It killed me, and I said, I wish I could take it from you. But what can I do? It's your teeth. I do it for your best. But she's 3 years old. She doesn't understand it's for her best. She thinks that I want to do it, and I know I wish I could take it. This is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu would ask. בנים אתם להשם אלוקיכם. When you suffer, when you're miserable, when you're in pain, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is like your father. I wish I could take it. But it's for your own good, even though you don't understand. You 3 years old. You don't understand me. You don't understand my ways. And you don't see the big picture. You limit. You see only this part of the movie. You can't see what it was before and what's after. All the big picture, you don't see it. But what can I do? And like the father, he is in pain when he saw his daughter in pain. But what can I do? There is no other option. If I leave it in this way as is, so it will get worse and worse. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu doing. And who can accept it and understand it? גם כי אלך בגיא צר מוות. You're in a shadow of death in life. You suffer. You don't understand. People have a tragedy scenarios. Oh my God, איזה בצרות אנשים באים אליי. איזה צרות. But when you're with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you cry. You should cry on your pain. You suffer. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to suffer, even though you don't understand him. He cry with you. You know, I'm crying when she in the dentist, I'm crying more than her. And the doctor came to me. He said, מה? גם לך כואב השיניים? You also in pain? You also want me to check you? I said, no, I'm in pain, but my teeth is good. Baruch Hashem, Chamsarek. בגמרא עשה דף ט"ו חגיגה בדף מ"ו מסכת סנהדרין, אמו אנוכי בצרה, מלמד שאדם בישראל בצער שכינה מה אומרת קלני מראשי קלני מזרועי. When a person in עם ישראל is in pain, הקדוש ברוך הוא cry with you. Even though you don't understand, אמו אנוכי בצרה. I'm crying with you, just the Abba with his daughter, crying with you. אז גם כי אלך בגיא צר מוות, לא ירא רע. Why? I have confidence. I trust you. I know it's for my best, even though I'm in pain. I don't like this reality. I don't like this thing that נכפה עליי היצורים והצרות האלה. But you with me? לא ירא רע כי אתה עמדי. But sometimes there is his neighbor that is in heaven. You have everything that you ever wish. Good wife, good kids, cars, money, stuck with the stuck. I don't know, he have everything, but he's alone, he's by himself. He's not connected to the Torah. Kadosh Baruch Hu tell to the Nachash, kach velech. I don't want to hear you. כל הבהמות, all the animals pray to הקדוש ברוך הוא, נותן לבהמה לחמה לבני עורב אשר יקראו. All the universe, all the creature that הקדוש ברוך הוא create in this world, they זועקים להקדוש ברוך הוא, we want food. They pray to הקדוש ברוך הוא. כל הבריאה משוועת לבורא וזועקת אליו, give us food, except one. Who? The snake. Take, I don't want you there. I don't want to hear your voice. Go away, take it. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing with somebody in heaven. It looks like he is heaven in this life. Everything you have everything, huh? You have absolutely nothing. So he's in heaven, he have a good life, אבל אין לו כלום, כי אם אני כאן הכל כאן, אם אני כאן כלום לא כאן, ואני זאתי השכינה. ככה למדה הגמרא, נ"ג עמוד א' סוכה ובמפרשים. אני זו השכינה, ואני בגולה. השכינה זה אני. אם השכינה איתך, you have everything. אם השכינה לא איתך, you have absolutely nothing. So how much we should be grateful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that he gave us amazing, tremendous, amazing Torah. התורה הזאת זה החיים שלנו. The רמב"ם said, רוצח שרצח בשגגה ועולה לעיר מקלט. הגמרא של זה מכות דף י' הרמב"ם זה הלכות רוצח פרק ז' הלכה א'. רוצח שרצח בשגגה כולל לעיר מקלט. He killed somebody, it was in purpose, הוא לא התכוון לעשות את זה, it was by accident. והוא הולך לעיר מקלט. Until when? Until the Kohen HaGadol will die, and then when the Kohen HaGadol will die, he can went out. Go out. This is how it goes. But the Rambam explained it very nicely with a very strange detail. What he said, "V'maglim rabo imo." His rabbi of this guy that gala le'ir miklat, his rabbi should go to the ir miklat also with him. Come on. What the rabbi's fault? He did it. It's not the rabbi's fault. Why the rabbi should go also to the ir miklat? And the Rambam explained, כי כתוב בפסוק, the pasuk said, ונס אל אחד הערים האל בחי. You will make sure that he will live there. Don't give him to die slowly, painfully, no. You make sure that he will live there. ונס אל אחד הערים האל וחי. הרוצח שרצח בשגגה בורח לעיר מקלט וחי. עביד למידי דחיות. You will make sure that he will live there. בחיי, this is the Rambam quote. וחיי בעלי החוכמה ומבקשיה בלא תלמוד כמיתה חשובים. You hear this one? חיי בעלי החוכמה ומבקשיה בלא תלמוד כמיתה חשובים. To live with no Torah, it's like to death. We much rather to die as a Jew and not to live as a Goy. This is the essence to be happy in this life. This is the essence of Judaism. This is the essence of our existence. נעשה לאחד הערים האל וחי. עביד למידי דחיות. מה מידי דחיות? חיי בעלי החוכמה ומבקשיה בלא תלמוד כמיתה חשובים. Without his rabbi, he will die. He will die. He needs him to show him, to teach him, to guide him, to give him the right advice, the right ברכות. יאיר שלחה מעצת המרגלים, like משה רבנו gave to Yoshua. How you can survive even one day without your rabbi? How can you survive even one day without the Torah? I don't understand people. They don't learn the Torah every single day. This is my drugs. Without it, I lose it. I lose my focus. I lose my siyata d'ishmaya. I can feel on myself. So how come? How you dare? You eat today, you walk today, you sleep today. Why are you not learning? Every single day you need it. Is our navigation, is our ways. He show you the way להגיע לשבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי. This is our purpose, this is our goal, to get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why are you wasting your time? Why you not put in your navigation, שבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי? This is the way, this is the goal, I want to get there. What do you want? You want to be in heaven in this world? Only העולם הזה? Only הגוף? In the end, eventually it's the finish in hell. Even though they're in heaven. But if you're in hell, chas v'shalom, Kadosh Baruch Hu with you, every single step. So, גם כלך בגיא צלמוות לא ירא רע, why? כי אתה עמדי. So, הקדוש ברוך הוא with you. כל שכן if you're not in hell. You're in heaven, עולם הזה, heaven, עולם הבא. I always say to my students, I love them so much. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't need to kill anyone to take him to heaven. He can bring heaven to you. He doesn't need to take you to heaven. He can bring heaven to you. Your wife relax, your kids, Baruch Hashem, going in the way of God. You found chatanim tovim, kalot tovot. You have parnasa, you have bריאות, you have shefa. Heaven ba'olam hazeh. But you have to remember, you must remember this one. It's work both ways. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't need to kill you to take you to hell. He can bring hell to you. מספיק שחמתך תבוא לגור אצלך ונראה איך אתה תתנהג. אני חייב את זה. מה אני אעשה? זה יוצא לי טבעי, זה לא שאני, זה על כורחי. למרות שחמתי מקסימה, שנשמור אותה, באמת מקסימה.
חמתך שתחיה.
כן. אתה לומד מהר, ברוך השם. הלוואי גמרות היית יודע ככה. However, we don't want hell in this world and we don't hell in the next world. We want heaven in the both places. עולם הזה ועולם הבא in heaven. And I give you the recipe. And I give you from my life experience that Baruch Hashem, I have a very rich life experience. Because a lot of people all over the world reach me and come with me and I saw now ראיתי גם זקנתי. If you're walking with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world, you never ask why, למה, למה, למה? יאמרו הגויים, היה אלוהים. הגויים אומרים למה. You accept everything and you're walking with HaKadosh Baruch Hu all the time around the Torah. All the time around the Torah. Around the Rabbi, around the Kadosh Baruch Hu. All the time, you will see how HaKadosh Baruch Hu will fix everything. Everything will fall to his place. אבל אם חס ושלום, God forbid, something else, you think you're smart like Yosef HaTzadik, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was upset at him. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu said that you think you're smart, so go, try, go, figure it out. תסתדר לבד, you don't need me. We need you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We love you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We want you to be the main player in our life. לא שחקן ספסל. Everything is around you. Everything we love you. He will give you עולם הזה ועולם הבא. גן עדן פה וגן עדן שם. נחת, מזל, הצלחה, whatever you want. So as a matter of fact, I had some other lecture. You see, I told you we came to אסוף מצוות, מה הקדוש ברוך הוא עושה, ומכאן הייתי צריך לעשות דרשה אחרת, לא יודע למה הדרשה הזאת יצאה. אם זה מה שיצא, זה מה שהקדוש ברוך הוא רצה שנשמע. אז מה נעשה? אז ברוך השם, וגם כן יצא לנו שיחת חיזוק, להתחזק בדבקות בהקדוש ברוך הוא, ביראת שמיים. I think this is the main thing. 4 צריכים חיזוק, אחד מהם אמונה. אהבת השם, דבקות השם, יראת שמיים, יראת העונש, יראת הרוממות, אהבה בכל לבבך, ובכל נפשך, ובכל מאודיך. Fix yourself, תהיה תמיד כל הזמן on the path, on the right path, on the right way. He will guide you to him. הבא להתאר מסיים בידו. בדרך שאדם רוצה ללך, בה מוליכים אותו. And if you will do it, you will see heaven. This is the recipe. This is the formula of happiness in this life, of happy. What do you want? Go with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. He will never, ever disappoint you. You know, my life, I had such a hard time. There was times in my life that I want to die. Really, I was so embarrassed. People make me such a hard time. And I share it with you today. I put tzedakah only that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take me from this world. שמתי צדקה כדי שאני אמות. You believe me? That's bad it was. That's bad. And people that I would so trust them, and I opened my heart, and I expect them to be there for me. No one was there. No one was there. And you know who was there when I was pain, when I was humiliated, when I cried? You know who was there? He was there. You know why? I never leave him. I never abandoned. All the time I walk יד ביד עם הקדוש ברוך הוא, גם כשהיה לי מאוד 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 קשה, ועברתי דברים מאוד 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 משפילים, ותמיד הלכתי עם הקדוש ברוך הוא. הם קרו ונפלו ואנחנו קמנו ונתעודד. כי כשאתה הולך עם הקדוש ברוך הוא, he will never disappoint you. I tell you from my flesh, from my experience, never disappoint you. אז ברוך השם, מה זכינו שיש לנו אלוהים כזה גדול, הוא אוהב אותנו, רוצה אותנו, רוצה שנתקרב אליו. אז אנחנו צריכים להודות לקדוש ברוך הוא על כל הטובה אשר גמלה לנו. מי שרוצה, יש לנו פה כרטיס USB שלי עם 750 שיעורי תורה, $50 מי שרוצה. יש פה את כל התיקיות עם כל השיעורים, מעגל השנה, ביאור שיר השירים, ביאור קהלת, פרשיות השבוע, הלכות, אגדות. Very, very interesting one. אז מי שרוצה, נשאר לנו עוד few, אז יוכל להשיג את זה בסוף